Okay, grade 8. We are doing lesson 4 in chapter 1. Power of monomials. Okay? Power of monomials. It is in your book on page 31. Or you find it. I don't know if it's the same page as mine. But it is there. Lesson 4. Okay? Alright. So, as much as you can see that there is no vocabulary over here, it doesn't mean there is no vocabulary. We still need vocabulary from lesson 1, 2, and 3. We're going to see a lot of vocabulary. If there's no vocabulary highlighted over here, it doesn't mean there's no vocabulary you need to know. It means you need to remember all the vocabulary from lesson 1. Okay? All right. So, here we are being asked to find the power over power. So we have the first power, which is 6 to the 4th power, and then it is also raised to the 12th power, meaning everything inside this bracket has to be raised to the 12th power, okay? So that's what it means. It means repeat the bracket 12 times. So whatever is in the bracket is going to be written 12 times, which I did over here. Do you see that? I wrote 6 to the 4th power, 12 of them, okay? And I counted to confirm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? Now, remembering the rule from lesson 3, it said if my bases are the same, I should just add my exponents. Okay? So, my bases are the same. All my bases are 6. So I'm going to add all my exponents. So I'm going to do 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 4 is 12, plus 4 is 16, plus 4 is 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48. Okay? And there is my answer, 6 to the 48th power. And I can still make it a different, like, without the exponent. When I use the calculator and I put 6 to the 48th power, I'm sure it's going to be a longer number. Yeah, see, it's a longer number, okay? You can just stop there. Now, this is too many steps. We are doing a lot of work. And in math, we want to work fast, we want to work efficiently, we want to work correctly. So, because I don't want to make mistakes, this is too much. What if I forget one of the 4s? What if I forget how to add easily? I will take too much time which I don't have, okay? So, you are going to use another strategy. If you look over here, you got 48. And you ask yourself, what is the relationship on 4 and 12 that gives me 48? And you say, if I just multiplied 4 and 12, I will get 48. Voila. So, when I have a power raised to a power, I will just multiply the exponents. So that's what I wrote. Okay? I should just have multiplied the exponents, 4 and 12, in the question, and still get the exponent of 48. So this was the question, 6 to the 4th power raised to the 12th power. And then I said just multiply my exponent, which means 4 times 12, and 4 times 12 is 48. So my answer is 6 to the 48th power, and I boxed it. So now let's look at different examples. I have explained 8 different examples, so we're going to do them one by one. So this is a to the 5th power raised to the negative 5th power. Okay? What did we say? We're going to multiply our exponents. So I will write my base and then multiply the exponent. 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. Okay? So my answer is a raised to the negative 25th power. If my exponent is negative, I will write it as a fraction. 1 will always be in the numerator. and then you just bring the base down without the negative sign. The negative sign tells you that this is a fraction, okay? All right. And the negative sign on the exponent, not on the base, on the exponent. All right. So let's look here. Our base is negative, and it is in a bracket. So I'm going to write it in a bracket and bring it down as a negative. My exponents are 7 and 3. I'm going to multiply them. So my answer is negative b in bracket and 21st to the 21st power. Because 7 times 3 is 21. Let's do this one. 9 to the 10th power to the 12th power. Multiply my exponent. So I just write my base 9. I write my base down, which is 9, and then I write my exponents with the multiplication. 12 times 10 times 12 is 120, and this is my answer. Okay? And remember, you're solving using the laws of exponent. When the questions say use the laws of exponent, you cannot do the long method. You have to do this method. That is why you have to practice and remember. You have to practice and remember. The same way you remember my name and you remember your name and you remember all your friends' names is the same way you should remember all the rules we have learned in math. Same way. Okay? All right. So our base here is a decimal. 7/10 raised to the 4th power raised to the 9th power. So I'm going to put my base in the brackets 7/10. And then I multiply my exponents. 4 times 9. And then 4 times 9 is 36, and my base is still 7/10. Okay? All right, in question 6, I have 5 to the 3rd power raised to the 6th power raised to the 10th power. So you see how many exponents I have? 3. Just multiply all of them. Okay? So this is 5 as your base, and then you write all your exponents with the multiplication sign. Please use star or dot. Don't use X. Okay? Oh, I forgot to do this one. I will do. All right. So, 5 to the 3rd power times 6 times 10. 3 times 6 is 18. 18 times 10 is 180. Is 180. So this is 5 to the 180th power. Okay, let's do this one. I forgot to show you question 4. Now you have a fraction. And remember your fraction is in a bracket. Okay, so, and it is raised to the 2nd power. And then it is raised to the 5th power. So just multiply 2 and 5. So your base is 3/8. And your exponents are 2 and 5. And you're going to multiply them. 2 times 5 is 10, so, and you just write your base. So this is 3/8 to the 10th power. That's how you read this. 3/8 to the 10th power. Okay, let's do example 7. So here our base is negative, and we have 3 exponents, 2, 7, and 0. We're going to multiply our exponents. So I will write my base still in brackets. And then this is 2 times 7 times 0, which is 0. Remember in lesson 3, in lesson 2, we said when we have a positive base raised to the 0 power, our answer will always be positive 1. So I have written here, if 0 is any of the exponents in the question, if 0 is any of the exponents in the question, the answer will be 1 if the base is positive. This rule is only if your base is positive. How do I know this base is positive? Because outside here there is no sign, so this makes it a positive base. Okay? All right. Let us do this one. Now here, notice my negative is outside, so that means my base is negative. So this negative means negative 1. Multiply by 3 to the 4th power times 2 times 7 times 0. I'm going to multiply all my exponents. So we're going to get 0 because A number times 0 is just 0. And 3 to the 0th power is 1. And then this is negative, so negative 1 times 1 becomes negative 1. If your base is negative and one of your exponents is 0, your answer will always be negative 1. If my base is negative and any of my exponents is 0, then the answer will always be negative 1. Always. Okay? Now, let us do the second part. So, we have done this part, power of a power. We have done that. So now, we are going to do product. Power of a product. That's what we are going to do. Power of a product. That means you'll be multiplying two things or two powers, and then you will find the power of this answer. Okay? All right. So you're going to use the rules for simplifying. You're going to use the rules for simplifying using the laws of exponents. Okay? So, how do I know this is a product? Because I have a coefficient and a variable. So I am multiplying 8 to m to the 4th power. So this is a product. And then how is this a product of a power? So it is still raised to the 5th power. Okay? Everything inside my bracket should have an exponent. If there is no exponent, I will put it. If the exponent is missing, the exponent will always be 1. I am missing an exponent on 8, so I will write 8 to the 1st power. And then m to the 4th power it has an exponent, so it will remain the same to the 5th power. Then this I will give everybody inside the bracket. I will distribute it inside the bracket to everybody who is inside the bracket. So I wrote it like that. 8 to the 1st power raised to the 5th power. M to the 4th power raised to the 5th power. Okay? And then I'm just going to multiply my exponents. 8 to the 1st power times 5 and m to the 4th power times 4. This gives me 8 to the 5th power because 1 times 5 is 5. And this gives me m to the 20th power because 4 times 5 is 20. And then I can simplify that. 8 to the 5th power can be this, and then m to the 20th power. Okay? And let's do this one. Remember the rule, everybody should have an exponent. If everybody doesn't have an exponent, whoever doesn't have an exponent, I need to put 1. So in this case, we don't have an exponent next to this negative 9. So I'm going to put a positive 1. M has its own exponent, N has its own exponent. I close the bracket and I write 7, just like in the question. Okay? So, I do this. My negative 9 is in the bracket, so it will remain in the bracket. But then I will do 1 times 7. 1 times 7. And then I will do 9 times 7 for M. And then I will do 5 times 7 for N. Okay? And then I will write my base in the bracket, negative 9. 1 times 7 is 7. 9 times 7 is 63 for M. And 5 times 7 is 35 for N. So, and then I can simplify. If I do this, raised to the 7th power. So, I will put it in bracket, just the same way I see it in the question. And I press this. And I press 7. And I get 4, 7, 8, 2, 9, 6, 9. 4, 7, 8, 2, 9, 6, 9. Please don't forget to put your commas. Okay. So negative 47 million. Did I do this correctly? No, here's the comma. So you count 1, 2, 3, comma. 1, 2, 3, comma. Negative 4,782,100,000. 782,000. Okay, let me read again. negative 4,782,000 and then 969. M to the 63rd power, N to the 35th power. Okay? And then we do this one. You confirm if everybody in the bracket has an exponent. You realize 4 does not have an exponent. If it doesn't have an exponent, you write 1. Okay? And then you multiply every exponent in the bracket with the 6 that is outside there, or with the exponent that is outside there. 4 to the first power times 6 is 4 to the 6th power. H to the third power times 6 is h to the 18th power. J to the 13th power times 6 is j to the 78th power. And you box your answer. You can simplify further. 4 to the 6th power should be this. 4 to the 6th power. 4 to the 6th power. 4,096. Put your comma. 4,096, h to the 18th power, j to the 78th power. Okay? Then let's use so if you did it the long way, so let me show you over here. Okay, so this is called power of a product. I'm avoiding to do all these steps. You see all the steps that I'm repeating 3a squared 7 times? We don't have that time. Look, I am repeating 3a squared 7 times. That time we don't have. And then I remove all the 3's, I multiply them. Then I remove all the a's and then I multiply them. We don't have that time. Because we may make a mistake. And in math, we've agreed we must work efficiently, carefully. We must not do a lot of work. Okay? Find very few steps. So that is why they came up with the laws of exponents. This is the reason why. Nobody has time to write all this. Huh? This is too much of a long process. Look. You write, you count, you confirm. Then you come back and open 2 brackets because you have coefficients and variables. Okay? And then you multiply all your coefficients. Then you add all the exponents for your variables. What if this was a million? What if this was a million? That time we don't have. Okay? So that is why we said everything in the bracket should have an exponent. If it doesn't, you write 1. Okay? And then whatever exponent is in the bracket, you multiply with the one that is outside the bracket. So 1 times 7 should be multiplied and 2 times 7 should be multiplied. And that's what I did. And I got the same answer with very few steps. Okay? So that's why I wrote these are too many steps, so we shall reduce them by using the laws of exponents. Okay? Now let's do some word problems. Okay. Let's read this one. A square garden whose side length is 3 to the 8th power centimeters. Find the area of the garden. So you have a square garden. I always tell you to draw. Draw your square. You want to find area, you only need 2 sides. You need 3/8 centimeter. How do I know it's centimeter? Because the question says there, centimeter. How do I know it is 3/8? Because it says the side length. Keyword, side length, square. Okay. So, area of a garden or area of a square, this is the formula. Side times side. And side times side means s squared. So I can just write my bracket and write the s. My s is 3/8 because that's the side. So 3 to the 8th power, my side is 3 to the 8th power. So I'm going to write 3 to the 8th power centimeter. Just the same way. I'm going to enclose it in a bracket and square because I need to square my sides to get the area. Okay? Everybody inside the bracket should have an exponent. If they don't, you write 1. As you can see, centimeter doesn't have an exponent, so I wrote 1 there. So then I did 8 times 2 right here. It gave me 3 to the 16th power and centimeter to the 2nd power. And then I can simplify 3 to the 16th power and I get this value. Let's read it correctly. 43,046,721 centimeters squared. So the area of the square garden is 43,046,721 centimeters squared. And that is your answer completed together with the sentence. This is the answer to this question. This is the work that supports your answer. Okay? You have to show your steps. Your equal sign should always be on the left, one below the other. Please don't write them on the right, on the left. Okay? Let's do one more. Shama's medal came in a container shaped like a cube. Find the volume of the container if its side length is 3e to the 4th power f to the 2nd power inches. It said find the volume of what container? Of a cube. A cube has all its sides the same. I need only 3 dimensions to find the volume. Okay? And my S is this, 3e to the 4th power, f to the 2nd power inches. Side is a measurement. So that means it has to come with units. So the units is inches, okay? If it doesn't come with units, you will write the word units. Alright, so volume of container or volume of cube is given by S times S times S. This means S to the 3rd power. So whatever S I have, I'm going to raise it to the 3rd power. I'm going to open my brackets, put my S together with the unit. Close my bracket and raise it to the 3rd power. Okay? Everybody inside my bracket should have an exponent. If they don't have, I will put 1. Okay? So 3 to the 1st power because 3 did not have. E had, F had, inches did not have, so I wrote to the 1st power. Then every exponent should be multiplied by 3. 3 times 1, 3 raised to the 1st power times 3. E raised to the 4th power times 3. F raised to the 2nd power times 3. And inches raised to the 1st power times 3. Okay? Then 1 times 3 is 3. 4 times 3 is 12. 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 to the 3rd power, 27. How do I know? 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. I write it there. And then I just bring down my variables together with their exponents and my units together with its exponent. Then I write my sentence. The volume of the container is 27e to the 12th power f to the 6th power cubic inches. And that's it. So please make sure you do A, B, C, D, E, F. After you've watched this video, please make sure you write notes. You have questions, write your questions down. When we meet tomorrow in class, We will continue from there. Okay?